Okay, everybody. So, had an issue with the Pro 28 associated, or I think it's a Force engine. Didn't matter what I did, how much I tuned it. Mind you, I do know how to tune these carburetors. I've been tuning these for a few years before I came back to the hobby, but had an issue where I would accelerate, and as soon as I turned, or well, it didn't even really matter if I turned or not, but um, I would notice it more when I would be off. When I would return to idle and then try to accelerate, it would die. So wide open throttle, perfect with no shut off. As soon as I let off and let the carburetor come back down to idle, and then right before I would try to accelerate again, you would have a lean issue, and it would just flame out. So I was looking at it and I noticed carburetor. It's not fully, can't really tighten it, so it doesn't matter how much I tighten this, the screw down. Doesn't matter how tight I would put this carburetor screw down, it would still have significant play. So let's see if we can see it now. Yeah, there you go. So I was thinking it might be causing the carburetor to go lean, or the engine to go lean, and wide open throttle, you got the high needle, and as soon as it comes down to idle or off power, it would lean out and die. So I took it apart, took the whole carburetor apart, cleaned it using electrical cleaner, actually not brake parts cleaner, electrical cleaner. Cleaned it all up, ran it, still have the same issue. So yeah, so I'm gonna just go with another engine. Another thing I noticed, I opened the engine from the back. There's a lot of rust in the bearings, and this engine has almost no compression. So I wasn't expecting it to be a good runner anyway. When I bought the engine bought the truck for $50, I wasn't expecting it to run much longer anyway. But and the guy was telling me that he couldn't keep the engine running. So it turns on, it runs for a bit. As soon as I come to idle, it dies. So do have a couple upgrades for the engine. Got one of those Dynamite 28 Big Reds. They get some transmission bearings for the transmission, some gears, Thunder Tiger. Replace that one-way bearing on the transmission. Runs good, or it ships fine and everything. And I got one of these Integy three shoe clutches, billet aluminum. This is for Savage, but it'll work also on these MGTs. And also put the Robinson Racing spur gear, steel spur gear with the slipper clutch or whatever in it. Runs good. Well, ships good, no issues, no slippage. So at this point, I'm just waiting on the Big Red Dynamite Mach 2 to come in. And back in the day, those are pretty good engines. Those are SH based engines. It's a 6-port, I think, including the exhaust port. So it's a 5-port transfers. I think there's 5-port transfer slots and 1-port exhaust. So a total of 6-port. Yeah, as soon as I get it, I can open it up and take a look on the inside, make sure everything's good, and then put it back together. Loctite whatever need a Loctite, and break it in. And hopefully the truck will be operational again. But yeah, this engine's basically shot, and it does have gall mark. The base plate, the base of the carburetor on the inside that attaches to the block, it's all pitted and gold up. So that's probably why this thing won't tighten up. So yeah, it was probably left outside somewhere in the rust in the atmosphere, and it rusted in the inside. because it does have a lot of rust in it. Again, primarily the bearings are rusted, so those are probably going to take a crap eventually. Yeah, I ran about 2 quarts on this engine, so yeah, it has decent compression, I guess. It's not that bad, but it won't stay running, probably because of the carburetor. I could get another Force 28 carb in here and make it run, but those are about $40. Bearings are probably gonna take a shit, so that'll be a waste of a carburetor if I buy it, because the whole new engine was $149 plus tax shipped to my door. So another $100, I would get a brand new engine. So whatever, purchased it, and we're gonna do that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Just a little update on the MGT.